How are we doing today, boys?
Doing very,
Great.
very well.
Great.
All right.
I'm still off coffee for 2 months now, I think. And
Boy.
Nice.
today, that's maybe funny, just an anecdote to tell, is that I saw a video on TikTok of some university in the Netherlands where they explained research about coffee, telling that people that drink coffee have lower risks of cancer or so and get older.
Yeah.
And immediately, this woman also explains that people with coffee, drinking coffee, get more active and that sort of things. And so you see immediately again that it's just correlation.
Yeah.
And the funny thing that what happens, I get triggered. I know that it's correlation. People get more active when they drink coffee and they substitute sugary drinks with coffee. But I read about this research and I think somehow, knowing that it's not true, that I should drink coffee again. And I didn't do it.
Good for you. Well, you know what? That's there's something to be said there about your logic and critical thinking taking over and not getting triggered by emotions.
Yeah,
You know,
1 month ago it would have been different, probably.
I honestly think for me it's boredom. Like I enjoy it, and it's not. I don't look at it as good. I look at it as a lesser evil, maybe. And when I put butter in it, I get some added, nutritional value to it. But I'm under no. I mean, I hear you with. There's so many. You can argue both sides, but most of it is like, I mean, obviously from my carnivore side, it's a plant, it's a bean, it's a seed, it's a baby. There's got to be some defense chemicals, that's for sure. And then the polyphenol sides, are they essential? Is there some benefit? Maybe, but does that, weigh out the options? And I think from your side, choosing not to drink coffee is your logical brain kicking in, and mine is kind of the same thing, but just on the opposite side. I'm not under any. I don't believe it's good. I don't have it, but I do miss it, and I wasn't affected by the caffeine factor, which I was surprised, and that's kind of what I test when I cut it out. Is like if I'm getting withdrawals, but I don't.
That was funny in this research. They mentioned the caffeine and compared to the coffee also with decaffeinated coffee, and people on those coffees had less benefit. So there is this activity thing again. Is it correlated with coffee, or is it correlated maybe with getting rid of sugary drinks and being more active in life?
Yeah, of course. And I mean, I used to be, Coke, energy drinks, vitamin waters, all that bullshit. And now I drink a black coffee. It's,
with butter, good butter.
And that's the way I look at it. Like if I'm ever in a social environment, I just go to black coffee, and it's just, is it good?
Yeah.
I don't honestly believe it is, especially the quality is going to matter, but it's a lesser evil for me. And I think everybody's got their own sort of navigation around this. You have Dave Asprey, who believes it's like a mTOR spring, and he says that there's so much good in coffee. I don't know if I agree with that or not. I don't do it for those reasons. I do it because it's better than the other options.
Yeah, probably Brian Johnson also drinks coffee, or not? Probably also again for polyphenols.
And that ties into the stuff that we can't study really, because what's the benefit when you're cutting out coffee forever compared to drinking coffee forever, and with a standard diet compared to a non-standard diet, somebody who's active, who's not, it's just that just gets us into that scientific is or isn't mess, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, let's segue this into the type 1 diabetes side, Peter. Does coffee affect your insulin control or your blood sugar?
Not so much. I mean, people talk about it a lot, that coffee can basically cause sugar spikes. And in some people, apparently it does, but for me, it has never been an issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
that's it, basically.
If anybody would like us to do a talk on coffee and get into it a little bit more, we can actually.
Oh, would be nice.
We will do that. Leave a comment in below, and we'll get to it. We promise, because it is a touchy one with carnivores in the carnivore space. Coffee, no coffee. Are you a carnivore? Are you not a carnivore? Oh my God, it's there's a lot of sides to this one.
Yeah, there's an awful lot. There's a lot of people out there that will do the lion diet, and they'll say like, I have a friend of mine who's doing the lion diet, and all he has is just red meat and water and salt. he's convinced that we shouldn't be drinking coffee. Convinced.
Well, you know what? And I mean, it's really hard for me because I kind of agree on both sides. There's for and against, and I mean, being my questioning everything kind of brain, nothing's off the table, and it's out there to prove.
Yeah, just one more thing about the coffee. When I used to make coffee in the kitchen, I would just use tap water. At the same time, I now switched to glass bottles and that sort of stuff. But if I would be drinking coffee right now, it would again be tap water. But because I'm not going to pour a €2 bottle of water in my coffee machine, so you're drinking tap water again.
Yeah, interesting, because I'll tell you, I make my bone broth with my
tap water.
But I don't make it with tap water. I make it with filtered mineral spring water. But I make my coffee with the tap, which is, it's kind of that. That's probably the worst thing about the coffee, to be honest with you.
Probably. Yeah.